2 or 5-2, just so that whoever's leading can make sure they are all set up, and then we can chit chat. And then when it's 5 o'clock, or well, it's 5 o'clock now, but here where I am, that we could just get started. Does that work for you, Brent?
It does.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so I'm Beth Gilmore, for those of you that don't know me, and I am really excited about what we're doing. So we're taking on the next 11 weeks to do this course on how to take your business and up-level it. So no matter what, whether you're new to Isagenix, maybe you just had your first shake today, or you're like Brent and you're making tons of money and doing all the stuff, that's great. This course is going to be for you. Here's what it's going to require of you, though. In the next 11 weeks, there's going to be 8 of us trading off, teaching you lessons. And we're basically going to give you a roadmap to success. But you can't just sit there and take notes and be on the call. If you do, you're wasting your time and ours. Okay? So how you're going to get value from being on these calls is that you are going to listen to what we're talking about, write down the assignments, do the assignments as they are prescribed, make a plan, then teach it to other people. So in the beginning, we're going to teach you how to get new people on your team, customers, leaders, all of that. But as you go on, you're going to start getting more opportunities to teach people what we're teaching you right now. So that's your job, because how you learn things is by repetition and by teaching other people, doing it, teaching other people, doing it, teaching other people. And here's the thing that you need to know. Everything that you're going to try in the next week, you're going to be terrible at, because if you already knew how to do it, you'd already be successful. So what I'm asking you to do is take on a relationship to failure that is very powerful, and it's different than what most people have. So your failure really points to where you're weak, right? So if you are terrified of talking to people who have more money than you, then I'm going to ask you to lean into that fear and do it anyway. And you might be terrible at it. And that's okay, because then the exposure to doing it will teach you lessons and you'll get better and better at it. So the idea isn't that you're an expert out of the gate. It's that you're willing to take the coaching. So that's you're coachable. You're willing to build a business and see other options, and you're hungry for it. So we're going to build all of that. But those are the 3 qualities that you need to bring here. Okay. So I'm asking you guys, I'm assuming if you're here, then those are the 3 things that you already are: willing, coachable, and hungry. Okay. So here's the great thing about network marketing. It takes almost no effort for you to separate yourself from the pack. So I will tell you that most of the people that are on this call are in the top 5% of Isagenix. And that includes me. And I will tell you, this is not my full-time job, and I'm still in the top 5% of people making money in Isagenix. And I don't make a ton of money. So you want to know, of the, I don't even know how many tens of thousands of people that are using Isagenix, very few are doing the work. Notice I'm saying doing the work that it takes to separate themselves from the pack. Now, the good news about that is all you have to do is put in effort. And if it's terrible effort, it'll still get you where you want to go. So your job is to just do the work and show up, and then keep doing the work and showing up. Okay. So the other thing that I want you to know is, one of the things, I am also a life and business coach, is my other job besides Isagenix. And a truth to life is, you will never make more money than who you are as a person. Now, let me explain what that means. If you're somebody that thinks that you deserve a minimum wage job, you don't have enough education, you really should have done other things, you're not that smart, guess what? You're never going to make more than minimum wage. But if you're somebody who believes that you deserve to have all the things that you want in your life and that you deserve to help your family and leave a legacy of success to your kids, your children, whatever, then that will happen. But it requires, going back to that relationship to failure, you have to have a growth mindset. What a growth mindset is looking at failure as a clue. Failure is a clue that points to your weaknesses. And what it does is it's a gift, because you go, oh, when I had a conversation with so-and-so, I overwhelmed them, and that's why they said no. So when you go next to the next person, you learn, don't overwhelm them. And you do it better the next time. And every time you're getting better and better and better. So the more you fail, the more you grow. So these calls are going to be basically set up where we have, this one's going to be a little longer as far as teaching parts. The calls should be about a half hour long. We're going to start with 15 to 20 minutes of teaching. And then after today's class, next week, we're going to end with 10 minutes of talking about what you're going to do in your business. Everybody's going to make a promise about what they're going to do in their business for the next week. This week, I'm going to give you an assignment. Every week there will be an assignment, but we're going to just quickly talk at the end of most of the sessions about how you're going to apply it specifically to your business. Okay. Now, if you can't make every call, you can hear the replays, but my recommendation to you is that if you want to be successful in this business and you're willing, coachable, and hungry, change your schedule and be on every call. Because if you're committed to it, make it a priority. How you know what's important to you is where your money goes and where your time goes. So if you don't have time to be on these calls, then you're bullshitting yourself, and it's not a priority for you to be successful in this business. And I get there are some extraneous issues that may come up, but in order for you to be successful, the number one thing you have to do is show up. Okay. And if you watch the replays, you're showing up, but it's a little bit less than the people that are actually making it happen to be here. So I'm just telling you the truth. Okay. So, let's see, where am I in my notes? Okay. So wherever you're starting, I said, wherever you're starting, this is for you. Maybe you've had your first shake and you're like, this is great. Maybe you're like Brent, you're a seasoned pro. But no matter where you are, how much money you're earning, or how much experience you have, we're all having to start in a place where whatever you know so far has only gotten you to where you are. So everyone that's on this call, if you want to up level your business, maybe you want to up level to 6-star or 7-star or 200-star. I don't know how high it goes. Wherever it is you want to up level yourself to, it's going to take having a brand new, fresh mindset. So there's no like, well, I know when I've done this before, this has worked. It's literally throw everything out and go, I'm hungry. Where do I want to go next? Maybe it's manager. Maybe it's 2-star. Maybe it's making $10,000 a month by the end of the year. Wherever it is, whatever is your goal, however you define success, that's where this course is going to take you. So for me, success might be just having my products paid for. But to other people like Carla, success might be being a 6-figure earner and making it to 3 or 4-star. And either one of those things is completely great. I'm not judging you. You don't have to get to 3-star. You don't have to have this be a full-time career. But this course, the next 11 weeks, will show you how to get to whatever success is as you define it. Okay. So this course is really going to teach you to go fast, because network marketing, the great thing about network marketing is that not only are you learning how to make more money and change people's lives, but in order to do that, you have to grow yourself. Now, remember when I said the thing about you're never going to make more money than the level of kind of who you are? What that means is that you have to grow to make more money. So I know right now, I can probably make about $1,000 to probably $1,500 a month doing isogenics, how I'm already doing it. Now, if that's what I want to do, I don't need to be on these calls. But what I want to do is retire my husband in the next 3 years, and I want to replace his 6-figure income, and I want to be able to have enough money to take my family on overseas vacations for 2 weeks at a time, like African safaris, not just like going to Mexico and staying in a resort, which is great too, but a lot cheaper. I want to be able to like have $25,000 to take my family on trips that change their lives. So that's my measure of success, right? So what I'm going to be doing is questioning everything about how I'm doing everything right now, how I speak to people, how I talk to people, how I invite them to do the business, all of those things. I'm going to be questioning everything how I already do it. And that's what I'm asking you guys to do. I know there's a lot of successful people on this call. I know 3 of you are wildly successful. So I'm asking the top 3 of you to do the same thing that the brand new person is doing that hasn't even made $1 yet. And that is to stand in that you have no idea how successful you can be. And you're going to start with a fresh mindset. Okay, that's the challenge. So here's a couple ways. Here's a couple things I don't want you to do. Okay, because sometimes it's easier to say, don't do this, right? So number 1, don't act like you already know it. None of us know how to be more successful, or we'd already be there, right? So we're all learning together. We're all going to fail together. And one of the things that I love, it's a quote that I love to say, and that I've read a million places, probably Jim Rohn, I think, said it. He said, if you aren't failing 80% of the time, you're not playing big enough. Do you get that? So we should be failing 80% of the time. That means 8 out of 10 people we talk to are going to say no. 8 out of 10, most of the time you're going to fail. If you're not failing 80% of the time, then you're not playing big enough, because failure teaches you lessons, right? Fail forward. I just saw somebody posted that. So that's awesome. So here's what else. So don't do this half-assed. Don't show up every other one and kind of do the homework, but then the parts that scare you, you don't do, or you reinterpret and go, well, she said to do it this way, but I'm not going to do it that way because I don't think that's smart. This is not a course that any of us have written. It's a course that someone who literally makes $15 million a year coaching people on how to be successful network marketers. He's the one who wrote this course, and we're teaching it to you, which is amazing, right? And it's free. It's free for you guys. So don't do it half-assed. Don't procrastinate. As soon as we get off this call, schedule 15 to 30 minutes and start the homework then, and do the homework every single day. Because here's the thing I'll tell you, conversations, like insights, are so amazing. It's amazing to have an insight. But the problem is tomorrow morning you wake up into your same crappy life with the same things you're annoyed about, your annoying husband next to you, or maybe your wonderful husband. I hope Doug's not on this call. Anyway, all that stuff is the same. So conversations disappear. Insights are not useful. What matters is the actions that you take based on those insights. So you're going to have insights tonight. You may already be like, oh my gosh, she's talking to me, da, da, da. Then what you're going to write down is, what's the action that you can take that's going to implement that insight into your life? Okay. So don't do it half-assed. Don't procrastinate. We want you to be working on this homework every single day. There is a workbook that I have posted in Working from the Beach. Here's what it looks like. It's 25 double-sided pages. Okay. You can go on Eric Worre's website and put the link on there, print it off. He's giving it away. So great. Print it off and put that in a binder and carry it around with you. This is going to be your Bible for the next 3 months. Okay. And that's where we're going to do all of our work. Next thing, don't prejudge. We're going to be asking you to do some things that are crazy. that are going to make you scared, that are going to make you uncomfortable, and you might honestly feel like you're going to puke a little. But what I promise you is when you get on the other side of that feeling, you're going to be like, I'm so amazing. This course is about you learning to amaze yourself with the results, but you have to trudge through the garbage. So where that workbook is in Working from the Beach. Okay. And I posted the link on the, from the Eric Worre website in Working from the Beach. So you can get the link there and just print it out. You'll see it. I just posted it like in the last hour. So next thing, I'm going to say this, embrace your fear. Okay. I said this the other day, and Leslie had this amazing breakthrough, and I'm not going to talk about it because I didn't get permission from her, but I said to her, fear and excitement are exactly the same feeling. It's just different interpretation. So when that fear starts to rise and you go, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Don't even say, I'm so scared, because that's not powerful. Start watching the words that you say. I'm so excited. And the minute you say that, then you start getting excited. Oh, she just said I could talk about it. Why don't you post it in the thing? Because I'm already at 16 minutes and I want to give some questions. So post it in the chat, your story. And then I want you to post it in Working from the Beach also, Leslie, okay? So you're going to be afraid, just so you know, okay? So here's what you're going to do. Your assignment is to print out that, oh, you know what? I actually lied. I didn't put the first steps workbook in. I'll do that. I put the homework is the memory jogger. That's the link I put in there. The workbook, I'll put in a separate one. So you have 2 links of things you need to print. This, and then the memory jogger. So your assignment this week is to print the memory jogger workbook. It's still 50 pages, just so you know. So what I'm going to ask you to do in there is you can read it fully, because you're going to need to read the instructions. But what you're going to do is list every single person you know, every single one that isn't currently on Isagenix, that is currently on Isagenix, every single person you know. It has a list of 3 pages. Your babysitters, your daughter's best friends. I mean, it's crazy. Don't prejudge. Write it down. Here's the thing. Don't be afraid. It's not a commitment. It's not a commitment. You're just writing down a list of people, okay? First, you're going to list who do I know? And the instructions for this are all in that memory jogger workbook. Who do I know? Who do they know? Add every single person to that list that you are newly exposed to. So if you go to the, I'm trying to think of an example. If you go on a plane and you meet the lady next to you, then friend her on Facebook and write her on your list. So that's why you got to carry that list around with you, right? Then network on purpose, okay? You're going to start networking with people. I will tell you the best place to meet fat people is on TikTok. I have about 25 fat girlfriends right now on TikTok trying to lose weight. And who do you think they're going to go to when whatever they're doing now, because they're all doing all sorts of crazy crap, when what they're doing now isn't working, because I'm talking to them. They know I've lost 85 pounds. So I'm networking on purpose. And we'll talk more about how to do that. Okay. So, so basically this course is going to be like a time machine. It's going to teach you how to go fast in your business, but you really are going to have to do the work. It is not easy to make money in network marketing. It's not easy. You have to do the work. If you already have another job, then commit to doing 5 hours a week or 10 hours a week, whatever it is. 20 hours a week is what works for me. Put the time in, scheduled in your calendar, and lean into that. Because the harder you work, the more money you're going to make. Okay. So here's why we're having you do the memory jogger. The reason we're doing that is because most of the people that start network marketing are tourists. And what Eric Worre means about that when he calls people tourists is It's an easy, cheap way to enter a business. And so what that means is there's not much risk. You can enter the business and just, you could just spend $49 or whatever it is to become an associate and buy a pack and try the products, and you've got a business. So because the risk for entry is low, the risk for exit is also low. And I will tell you personally, my biggest issue with network marketing in the beginning, when I first started, I've been doing this for 5 years, but I didn't really choose to start this business until December of last year. So 3 months ago. I kind of dabbled in it, but I didn't really have a belief in network marketing. And here's why. So many people fail. Yeah, it is about time, Heidi. She always kicks my butt. And that's what you need. You need people around you that'll kick your butt. So anyway, so I didn't believe that network marketing was a great avenue for me. And the reason I didn't believe it is because so many people fail. But you know what? That's not network marketing's fault. It's because people aren't willing to do the work. So we're assuming that if you're on these calls, you're willing to do the work. And we're not. When we're talking to you, when we're talking to each other, when you're talking to me, your job is to hold me accountable for being able to make enough money to take my kids and their families on African vacations. That's who I am for you. And that's who you guys are for me. If you say, what I want to do is make $1,000 a month, pay for my products, and then just have a little bit left over to pay for a couple car payments, whatever, then I'm going to interact with you like that. And if you are not doing what you committed to do, and if you're not showing up like that person, then I'm going to call you on the carpet. And I expect you to do the same with me. I can't tell you how many times Brent and Heidi have said to me, if you just be consistent, if you just show up more, you'd make more money. They were right. They were absolutely right. So you hold the key to transforming hundreds, maybe thousands of people's lives. Isogenics and network marketing is amazing. I will tell you that I had the biggest aha moment. And what I realized is that every single thing that I have in my life is because of network marketing, because it has required me to grow as a person in order to achieve more in my life. Network marketing is what's really trained me on the field to be a life and business coach. I met my husband through a company that basically did network marketing, but for their own profit. I didn't get paid for what I did for them. They got paid, but I met my husband that way. I wouldn't have my kids if it wasn't for network marketing. So here's the thing I want you to know. You may not believe that this is possible for you. So what you need to do is have a conversation with your upline, or with me, or with Heidi, or with Brent, or with Carla. And you need to have a conversation to get past what's stopping you, because you have an amazing opportunity. And by the end of this 3 months, 4 months, your whole life can change. But you have to decide to do the work and to not already know what you know and lead in. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm gonna, 2 assignments: print the First Steps workbook. I'll post that as soon as we're off the call. Print the memory jogger. Start doing the memory jogger. And your job is to come with that list of hundreds, potentially hundreds of people. Because what we're going to do first is we're going to smash your, I don't know anybody. If you don't know anybody, then go outside and start knocking on doors. Okay, maybe not really, but you know people. Okay. And this list is really going to help you with that. So that's what you're going to start. You're going to print up the memory jogger, read it through, come prepared to share about it next week. You don't have to start calling people. You don't have to do anything except print that list, fill it out, and then also print the First Steps workbook. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up to questions. Can you unmute people, Brent? Open this up for questions. What questions? Anybody have any questions about what I just said?
I didn't unmute, Beth. Great job, but great presentation, by the way. But if anybody wants to unmute individually, just in case there's background noises or something, I didn't want to unmute everybody.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. Okay.
Hey, Beth,
So-
what if, I don't want anybody to get held up on the printing of the memory jogger. So
Yes.
what if it's gonna take them a while, or like Sally and I are gonna send it to a printer? Like, do you have any tips so we can get going on the list right now? What should we do?
Yeah, just, you know what, click on it and start looking at it. If you can't print it, so here's the first thing, all right? Don't be a pussy. I'm sorry. Sorry for my language. I'm a little aggressive, okay? That's my style. Not everybody's gonna be as aggressive as me. You might like people better than you like me. There's other nicer people coming up. But you can get it printed, okay? Everybody's got a FedEx near them. You know, your husband's got a printer at his office. If you don't have a printer, somebody you know has a printer. Get it printed. But you can also just click on the link and it'll pop right up now. And you can start working on it on a sheet of paper, okay? It's not that important that you actually have the thing printed.
And you can email, all you can do is email that link to FedEx and they'll print it for you and you go pick it up.
Absolutely.
If you don't have a printer.
If you don't have a printer. And like I said, you have a notebook, so just write it in that. Any other question? I won't say bad words again. I'm sorry. My husband's going to yell at me later if he is on the call. I don't see it, but. Oh, yes,
Hi,
I did.
Beth.
I saw
It's
Doug
Mary
again.
Ellen.
Hi, Mary Ellen.
Hey, so I'm working from the beach right now, and
Yes.
is it in files? Maybe no.
No. I printed it in right
just-
on the page, and it says
Under-
something about, hey, people, 45 minutes, and we're going to be on the call. Print this thing up. Blah blah blah.
So it's in the discussion. If I just type in your name, I'll find
Yes.
it. Got
If
it.
you
Right
type
on.
in my name, Beth Ashton Gilmore, you'll find it.
Like I don't know your name, you cute thing, you.
Other people might not know my name, so.
You're like my favorite bossy babe, honey.
So
All
I'm
right, who
curious,
else?
I'm curious on everyone on this call, who's into doing this, who's committed?
Raise your hand.
I'm totally in.
Okay. let me
Okay, I
just
don't see
Keep your
Paul, I
hands
don't
up.
see you. Who's my biz partner? Who's that?
I think that's Sandy, but I think she's driving.
Okay, Maria.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
that's okay.
did we all see Maria? Did you know that Maria and I are both getting a Peloton tomorrow? We're getting a Peloton and we're gonna print, and Michelle is getting a Peloton.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna kick some ass.
No,
Listen, how much did that Peloton cost?
too much.
No,
Not
say
enough.
how much. I want to know how much. I don't know.
Well,
how
I
much
got
they
the big
cost.
one. I paid 2,400, I think, something like that.
So did
Okay,
I.
so they cost up to $2,400. What
No,
would it be like? What would it be like if you could make that money back in the next 30 days?
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
Doing
Right?
it.
Like that's a great goal. That's
I'm
no problem
doing
for
it.
you, Heidi, because you already make that in 2 weeks. But
I'm doing it.
all right,
Excuse me.
question.
Question.
We need to be
Yes.
intentional. We got 2 more minutes. Who else has a question?
Paula.
I do. I got on late and I apologize. Where can I find this thing to print? And I'm in, if I could.
It is
Fine.
in the Working from the Beach page.
Okay,
Working from the Beach page in Facebook, and it's in the discussion. If you pull up Beth Ashton Gilmore, you type that in search, it'll come up. It says in 45 minutes, we start week 1, blah, blah, blah.
okay.
Somebody tag her in it. And this
What's her name?
replay-
I found
Beth
it. What's her
Ashton-
name?
Oh, you found it? Beth Ashton Gilmore.
No, not yours. The person who's looking
Oh.
for it, silly.
Sorry. I can only
Tara.
see myself. and
Tara?
words, so-
Tara for free.
Tara Abrahamson?
No, Tara Frichet. It's Tara, actually Tara Osborne Frichet. So
Paula, what's-
Tara, then Osborne, Osborne.
Okay. Next question.
Paula's got a question, Beth.
Paula,
Actually, you know what, Beth, you asked me if I was in to raise my hand. So I guess I was saying that I was
Okay.
in.
all right, good. That's
I'm
great.
Tara, are you not in Working from the Beach? Your name doesn't come up, honey. Get in
You
here.
might have to know.
I
her.
actually asked to be in, so I put in a request like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay,
So I don't
Brent can
know.
Brent can check on that and make sure that you're in, okay? Tara Osborne,
Okay.
what?
Awesome.
Okay. All right, next.
Hey,
any other
wait, can you
questions?
type your name in the chat? Just so we.
Oh, that's,
Yes.
that's smart. That guy is really smart and cute who just talked. So yeah, Tara, type your full name in the chat. Brent will write it down to make
Okay.
sure you're in.
Hang on,
I'm-
guys.
I
There's-
am.
Yeah, here's the issue, is that you're gonna have to send that to her directly, Beth. Working from the beach is specifically for people that are in our downline. And Terry,
Got
you're in a different team because you're on
Got
Kimberly
it.
Penny's team. So working from
Yeah.
the beach is separate. So since it's separate, Beth will send you a direct.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Doug, so Tara, write your email address in the chat. Doug, write that down
Oh,
for me.
Okay.
Will you do that?
okay.
Will you do that, Doug?
Yes.
Okay, so Tara, just
Please,
type your,
well, I
email
really want to do this.
no problem. As soon as we get off this call, I'll send it to you.
It's
All right,
only
Doug.
66 pages, Tara.
I know.
Okay, okay.
It's
I'm
it's crap
game.
ton.
I
All
don't
right,
care
Raise-
who
what.
else?
Did you raise your hand? Did you
Did
raise
I?
your hand?
Terry,
Grace.
No.
Okay.
All right, so next
I'm-
week, anyone else? It's 5:31, so I want to be on time. If you have any questions, you can put them in working from the beach. We'll answer them then. Like I said, we're gonna move fast. So we got to move fast and eliminate the rest. So thank you guys so much for coming on this first call. Next week, Michelle, you're leading, correct?
I am. I thought I am.
Okay, whoever just said that, I can't see you. Who was it?
It's Heidi. I think I am.
Oh,
the
okay,
15th?
Heidi, you are. I don't have the list here, so Heidi's leading. But
Okay.
every week, like I said, every week, somebody different is going to be leading. And where you answer question, where you ask questions, or if you need feedback or coaching or support, put it in working from the beach. That's a group we're all in. Tara, you can email me personally since you're not in that group, and I'll coach you directly if that's what you need. Kimberly's also great. She'll coach you directly too. And she'll help you with this. I know she has access to some of this stuff too that we're teaching, even if she's not on here. So, all right, so we're going to complete this now. It's 5:32. Sorry for running 2 minutes over. You guys just remember, literally, you hold the keys to transforming people's lives. Stop being stingy. Okay? It's time to grow. Have a great
awesome.
night.
Thank you.
Beth, that's
Awesome.
fantastic. And thank you, Beth, for doing that. Real quick reminder, everybody, tomorrow's team call, same location. And we are going to talk about, I am going to talk about tree placement. So when you're talking about enrolling people and how to enroll people and how to enroll people for other people and all that kind of stuff, we're going to cover all of that. So in the meantime, if you're following what Beth's doing and you get somebody who's like, hey, I'm ready to get started, and you're wondering, do I put them on my right side, my left side? Do I put them on somebody else's side? What do I do with them? That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Same time, same place tomorrow.
Awesome.
Beth, remind everybody we want to be in 10 minutes early next Monday.